All right, good morning, everybody. Let's get started. Um, I had a few technical difficulties. You know, I just got a new laptop. My last one had a bloated battery. Very common issue these days. My other laptop had that too. And so long story short, moved everything over. Didn't have the security settings. It's always different every time you do that with the Mac. Every time you upgrade from, like, let's say Sierra to Catalina, got all these problems. When you move over to a new machine, you have all these problems. You have to redo your security settings. The biggest one is SSH keys. I always have to go back and redo the SSH profile. I gotta add the Diffie-Hellman. I gotta add the AES. It's like, oh my god, can this just be consistent? It's just like the Etsy file and the SSH. I just can't stand it. Otherwise, everything's been good. I hope everything's good with you guys. If you're in the comments, please drop a comment, say hello, good morning. It's 5:50 a.m. here in beautiful Southern California. It is actually kind of warm for me right now. I just had I'm almost on my coffee this morning. And as soon as I'm done working with you guys, I'm going to hit the books again. I am trying to get through this exam as fast as possible. Just move on with my life. It's been great. I love learning about networking at a really deeper level and understanding what's going on. That way I can be more competent, more confident in my job and what I'm doing. And also just, be able to do more things. So let's get going. Alrighty then. So there's a bunch of resumes, so let's get started. I don't want to waste anybody's time. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we go. Let me just see how this looks. 1 second. That looks great. Okay, so this is for Lucas Sackett. Okay, so looks like Lucas is just starting to transition from, it looks like education as a band director, to moving to a technical field. So it looks like he has a lot of experience in education. Gosh, since 2007, so 14 years, that's a long time. So that's really great. I would add the months here, Lucas, just right off the bat. You can drop your address. You can drop, well, this is okay. City, state, zip. You can drop your phone number. Email's good. What the heck? No. All right, that was safe. Education looks good. Feel free to add the GPA. Any honors you had. Jazz studies. Bachelor of Music, music education, great. Okay, you know more software than this. You definitely do. So take some time to combine these skill section, your skills and your software, and think about it really deeply, not just the software, the platforms. Think about the protocols. Think about troubleshooting. Think about analytics. Think about all these things you can add there that can add value to your resume. I'm not a fan of these columnized 2 panels. I'm a big fan of top to bottom. It's just easier to read. But this is okay. It's not necessarily ATS compliant, even though it looks very nice. Just consider that. I'm a big fan of top to bottom ATS compliancy. And you're going to hear me say that over and over again today. Because I think it's such an important issue. And I think it's such an important thing to have in your resume. That way, you have a, how do you say this? You want a slam dunk, right? You want to win. Okay. Experienced band director pursuing a career shift into a field that is exciting, innovative, and always updating. I am hungry for new challenges and wish to expand on my current skill set in the IT field. That's my CompTIA Next Plus and CompTIA. Okay, that's good. Now, customize it. Everyone knows you're a band director. Now say what you want to. Now say what the company needs to hear in terms of for a position. So trying to think. Early IT career starter. Recently certified in the CompTIA A+. Looking to apply newly acquired knowledge at company so-and-so for job title so-and-so. Okay. Now, okay, you're going to have a lot of, how do you say this? A lot of hurdles and interviews and your job applications. If you say you're a band director, you want to go to IT, it's very common for people to change careers, but you have to really give a solid reason. And they go, you're going to have no experience. Tell me why I should hire you. Make your resume more technical as possible. So take some time. I don't know what you do every day. But it's very solid that you have statistics, the budget. You have a number of students here. Weekly lessons, plan assignments, select and arrange. This is good stuff, but take some time to think about more statistics. Anything technical you do. I'm pretty sure since you have students who are remote, how are you troubleshooting with them on theare devices? Do you have are you laying out any procedures? These are things to think about. These are things to incorporate into your resume. Very straightforward. Very good. Yep. Okay, that's all I have for you, Lucas. I think good job. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Add the months again. Okay. By the way, here are my courses. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, it's all here. You have to go to itcg.teachable.com/courses. I have a course for just about everything for your career. Whether it's writing a resume, getting ready for interviews, cover letters, job hunting, LinkedIn. I cover all that. Reason being that these are things that are going to help you get a job sooner, faster, and you'll have more interviews more consistently. I am very proud to say that every job I apply for, I get an interview. Minimum. The last job I applied for, I made it all the way to the end. And it was stressful and tiring, but I take this very seriously, and I hope that I can always help as many people as possible. And also, I do one-on-one coaching too, so that way, if you guys need help, more personal help than just a canned course, then this is it. Okay, moving on. Michael Jarvis. Okay, hold on, I'm trying to make this nicer. Okay, there we go. Oh, Lucas, yeah, you didn't have a LinkedIn on your last one. I would add that. Okay. I think this is trying to tell me there's more pages. 1 second. So while this is loading up, okay, so you have a second page here that's not being shown. Let me just try to get this pulled up 1 sec, because I definitely want to give you a real review here. Let me see if I can add it to my Google Drive. Add it to Drive. Then I have to go to Drive and find it. This is silly. Okay, voila, we got it. Okay, I'm gonna close this one. That way we won't have any duplicates. All right. Just checking how this looks format wise. Okay, great. If you're just dropping in, be sure to say hi. That way I don't feel like I'm all by myself. Okay, Michael Jarvis. Okay, 2 pages, little long. Okay. Okay, military veteran with over 20 years customer service, including 14 years managerial, professional, formal, technology. Okay, so this gentleman applied at Novant Health. Now I have the job description in front of me, and that's kind of always not what I do in these. I don't say, okay, thank you for the resume and the job description. That's not fair to everybody else who's also applying for jobs. So I just try to keep it general with the resume. But still, related coursework. So when I was just born when you started in the Navy. That's crazy, right? Okay, so June 1990 to 93. So here's what I would do, Michael. I would combine your work experience in the Navy. I would not combine your experience at Harris Teeter. I would have these separate. I like this. You have to, when you talk about the maintenance and operation of a P-16 aviation fire truck, it's good to get into the weeds, but not too much in the weeds, because then people don't understand what you're saying. I have a hard time. I would have to Google everything. The firefighter, B-1 Division Crash and Salvage. I know the USS Kitty Hawk, that's obviously a ship. Let's see. Chief Plane Captain Certification. This is good stuff as a plane captain. Go a little deeper. Add more statistics here. This is pretty good. Okay. Okay, bakery product. Okay, talk about how much you baked. Different, how many products you had to bake, or different kinds of bread. Focus on the output, right? That's what you need. You need to go with here. Okay, assistant manager Harris Teeter. Okay, and then it looks like I'm not sure, like whether you laid off or you took the time to get off of. You decided to go back to school full time, and did not want to work. But take a moment now to fill in some sort of work experience that you've been doing. Maybe you've been like a consultant and you're just helping out local businesses. Put that as work experience. Have you been volunteering at any nonprofits locally? Put that as work experience. Were you maybe a TA at school? Put that as work experience. So that's some stuff that you can add there. As for your skills and abilities, the Microsoft Office suite is not really a skill, right? What we're talking about skills, we're talking about a certain platform. So maybe Windows 7, 8, 10, right? But that doesn't need to be 3 points. That can be a single point. Another skill could be Microsoft Azure. Another skill could be troubleshooting and diagnosis. Documentation, standard operating procedures. DHCP, DNS. These are different skills and abilities. You're on the right track, Michael. But take some time to really sit down and dig in. Okay. Overall, though, I would say you're maybe 60% there. But this is like this section that you can, I don't want to say it's easy money, but it's low hanging fruit, so to speak, right? So spend some time on this one. Certifications. Okay, drop the dates. Somebody might see this and say 2004. That's dated. Technology has changed so much in the last 17 years. So again, less is more in this situation, and keep it to one line. So A+, Net+, Security+, and then in parentheses say in progress. And looks like you had this technical knowledge before you started working at Harris Teeter. Okay, maybe incorporate some of the technical things you did, some of the maybe point of sales you troubleshot, maybe local network LAN troubleshooting you did there, or maybe you ran cable, maybe you installed APs, things of that nature. Okay. So remove the pronoun I here. Okay, so, and also drop this hyperlink here. That's a big no-no. Don't need your phone number as well, Michael. Okay, military veteran, over 20 years service, 14. Okay. I like the military veteran part. I don't like the 20 years customer service, 14 years managerial. I would say I would focus on the technical experience you have. So probably 4-ish years with your bachelor's, and then some. So military veteran with over 4 years of IT experience. Looking to apply. Looking to apply recently acquired information technology, cybersecurity to title name at Novant Health, and then some more details there. I'm sure you did some projects too. Create a project section. It looks like you did a lot of work here. So take some time to create a project section since your work experience is lacking in the technical sense. So reviewing what we just talked about, get rid of these dates, one line, get it down to one page, really. That's a big one. Windows 7, 8, 10, one line, think some more about these skills and experience. I think are you using a table here? Get rid of the table, just use tab. And combine your Navy experience, keep this separated, and then maybe try to find something you've been doing lately and call it IT consultant. I spent quite a bit of time on yours, Michael. So I hope that gives you enough to get started. Okay. Guys, if you found this helpful, by the way, I do have a link in the description for my PayPal. If you can tip me, if you would tip me, if you found this helpful, feel free to tip me. I do this for free. I do this to help you guys. But if you guys want to show your appreciation, I'd be more than happy for that. I'd be more than grateful. All right, now we have Andy Schmidt. Here we go. Let's just adjust this. All right. Let me see any comments here. No one is saying hi. And that's fine. Okay, so moving on. Andy Schmidt. Okay, so Andy, you probably just jumped in and found your resume. If you're doing this from in the future, from the recording. This is overall pretty good. It's like, how do you say this? Like it's good, but it's like lacking. Like it's like 80% there, right? You're missing a lot of statistics. You're missing a lot of like how many servers did you work on? How many tickets did you close? How many end users did you support? What was the budget you worked on, right? These are your skills, like these are good, right? Windows OS server, but you can do better, right? It could be Windows 7, 8, 10. And it could say Windows Server 2012, 2019, Azure. And there's just so much here that's missing, right? Active Directory, there's LDAP, DNS, DHCP. There's like, I know, if I'm recalling correctly, Andy, a career coach helped you write this resume. The thing is about career coaches, they're not IT people. They don't know what are in IT jobs. They don't know the day-to-day basis. And I guess that's where I come in. This is not an ATS compliant resume, but it's if it doesn't get dropped by an ATS system automatically, which happens sometimes, it will how do you say this? It will go through. It is very, how do you say this? Aesthetically pleasing to look at, which is nice. Okay. Now, I don't know what this completed coursework NA here is. This is kind of confusing. Like, was this towards a bachelor's? If it was, I'm assuming you didn't finish it. Like, that's okay. But it just needs to be clear. And if, you don't have to put it, right? Like, coursework is one thing, but a degree is another. So if you have the degree, share that. If you don't have the degree, I would just drop it personally. Dean's list is good. Feel free to put the GPA you had. Additional skills. We already went through this. Certifications. All right. Test out PC plus. This is good. Yeah. I would just do NSC 2. Most folks know that it's, how do you say this? That it's just a rank. Like after you get NSC 1, you do NSC 2, and then you have NSC 2. You don't need to mention NSC 1. Okay, that's professional 5 years experience and improved knowledge. That's how. Okay, that's good. Don't say instead of at your company, say the actual company. Take the time to customize. We talked about this here. This is good. This is good. Yeah, see, this was, and also the thing about paneled resumes like this, where you have one side and another side, is that you actually have less space to go into detail about the job. And you run the risk of actually going here into a new line and not being able to fill out the rest of the line. So you see here Windows Server and Linux systems, but then you have all this empty space in the next blank. So I'm a big fan of just changing the format completely to doing a full top to bottom. It's more logical, more easier to read, and you have more space to capitalize on everything too. So you worked at this company for 5 years. I think you have more to talk about here. And you've been at Atos for over 5 years. So you have a lot of experience there, and you have a lot of, how do you say this? You've done a lot more than what you're talking about. And don't forget to add a key achievement section as well. Andy, I think your resume is like so close. Like maybe 1 or 2 weekends, you just sit down and really think it through. You really got it. Okay. All right. Every time I close one, it's like my courses come up. So again, guys, if you found this helpful, there's a link below in the description for my my PayPal. And if you guys want to learn more, get more done sooner, faster, check out my courses. And also, if you want to work with me one-on-one, that's also an option here too. Who's next? Joshua Schnack. Okay, Joshua. All right. Looks like Joshua redacted all of his information, which is great. Okie doke. So we're not going to do cover letters, right? But we'll do the resume. This is good. 1 page. Now, see, the part I'm curious about, is this a header? If it's in the header, it's okay. But if it's not, that's okay too. Let me see. I'm trying to get more of this here. There we go. Now we see the entire resume. What sucks about using the streaming is that you can't see my mouse, my cursor. So I'm assuming emails here, city and state, and then LinkedIn URL, hopefully. No hyperlink. Okay, highly proficient and detail-oriented. Working professional, more than 6 years experience, working in high responsibility occupation, help desk. Okay, good. Just customize it for the job title and company name, and spend some more time about your certifications. And look at this. You have a penetration cybersecurity analyst program you attended. Feel free to mention that too here. Okay, so so this next 3 bullet points, these are obviously skills. Say it's a skill, put in a skill section and spend some more time. But this is really good. Office 365, Windows, Apple. Networking for wired and wireless networks. Okay, yeah. Preventing measures, specialized. Okay, this is good. You can really just how do you say this? Summarize this down to like 1 or 2 words, and that's like that's one of the things you're trying to show off, is your ability to be as elote and as brief as possible in your resume to describe your experience, your skills, etc., etc. So it looks like you were in a IT technical role before. And then you came to this job as a greenhouse technician. And you've been there for the last 5 years. So it looks like you left IT and came back. That's what I'm getting at. And that's what I think what hiring manager, recruiter would think too. So now, for whatever your reasons are, justify that in the interview. But in the meantime, make your resume be more technical for the last 5 years. You'll have to speak on that in your interviews. So instead of talking about the greenhouse climate controls, maintaining and operating, talk about more about the technical side. Are they connected to a network? If so, how? Wireless? What about, talk about the environment there. How many computers? Do you troubleshoot them? Do you help with login, logouts, things like that? When you were at Volt, yeah, this is good. Hell, average 80 call centers per day, efficiently about a couple call center helping customers set up modems. Yeah, this is good. I'm trying to think what you can add here. You can summarize this down though. This is 6 points. Drop it down to 3 points. More statistics. Add key achievements, and you'll be there. I would put your education above your work experience. I would get rid of this career highlight section. Make sure you just add key achievements instead. That's really a big deal. Joshua, I think this is you're on your way. I would say 60% there, 75%. You're almost there. Looks like you came into this with a referral for this position you were applying for. So good luck. If you do need any interview help, let me know. I do one-on-ones for interviews, and I do have an interviewing course. All right, let's move on. Thank you, Joshua. Loading. Wow, this sucks. Okay. All right. So this person sent me everything about them. Their row. Trying to get this nice. Okay. So this gentleman here, he's not from the United States. So Theo, I'll tell you right now, I'm not specialized in resumes outside of the United States. I'm specialized with usually American resumes. Even resumes in the UK are different. So just I will speak for your resume in terms of understanding it and whether I think for what you are applying, whatever the job you are applying for, if it makes sense. Okay, you can spend some more time on your skills right off the bat, right? Your Microsoft 365, Microsoft Office 365 fundamentals, you have that certification. I'm not sure that's a real certification. I don't know. But you can say Office 365. You can say Active Directory. These are all like, how do you say this? These are all skills you can put down on your resume. Okay. Dynamic and passionate professional 5 years. You can drop the quotes with proven 5 years. Excellent problems. Job that will challenge me. Yeah, this is good. Customize it for the job you're applying for, though. Let's see. I don't know if you need the referrals, the referees. This one, Ganzi Landboard. Don't even say temporary. I'm not sure how long you were in this job for, but I would include it just because it's like it's questionable because you don't have any dates. First point of contact for users, installation of structured cabling, maintain troubleshooting on networks. Okay, yeah, you can really add more skills here. Networking, troubleshooting, IPv4, IPv6, DNS, DHCP, yada yada. For hardware, supporting development design, okay. Talk about how many users, talk about how many rooms are in this hotel. Talk about number of calls you get per day, how many tickets you close. Any key achievements, anything you're really proud of, spend some time on that. It's essential, right? Now, and you have a degree of science. I'm not sure what a degree of science is, but you have basic programming skills. We'll talk about, is it Python? Is it C++? Talk about that. Did you write any scripts at the Desert Sands or Ganzi Landboard? There's just a lot of stuff you could talk about and mention that could, make you stand out in your resume. So don't be afraid to brag, Thero. I don't know, like, is it just me or is this like pasted on? It's not like straight. Please fix that. Yeah, that's kind of strange, but I wish you the best of luck. All right. Okay, moving on. Angela Wells. Okay, here we go. So you can just drop this references furnished upon request. You don't need to add that. Again, see, this is what I'm talking about with the two panel resume here. When you do the can you see when I highlight? Yeah. So when you do the skills in a 2-panel style, it's just like a whole line. It's hard to read. You want it to be when you have rows and columns horizontally in a section, it's very easy to read. And if you don't want to do that, then just list them right here, up and down. But Microsoft Hot Suite, VMware Packet Tracer. It's interesting, Packet Tracer to say Cisco iOS, Quick Assist, Remote Desktop. Yeah, Bumgar. Okay, so then you have a parenthesis here. I think there's supposed to be a parenthesis, end parenthesis here. IP Scanner, Windows, Active Directory, Citrix, Epic, MyChart, EMR systems. These are good technical skills, but you can still go deeper. You know, VMware, was it ESXi? Was it Fusion? Packet Tracer, again, I already suggested to say Cisco iOS instead. For remote desktop, say remote troubleshooting instead. Epic, MyChart, these are very healthcare related. So if you're applying for a healthcare job, you should mention that you have a lot of the skill. Alrighty. You don't have a summary. Now, everyone is like, don't do a summary, it's a waste of time. I always write a summary. I always get interviews. I'm highly for it. You don't need to have your phone number here, Angela. Let me see, education. I put your education above your experience. You know, you have a bachelor's. You are CompTIA A+ certified. Why not? And looks like you did your A+ while you were at Perscolas. Is that what I'm understanding correctly? Make that clear. That'll help a lot of folks. Okay, let's get into your experience. So this one here, try to get this all on one line, by the way. Your work experience, the title and the work experience. Try to get it on one line. That'll help a lot. Just for readability. And you can just drop the lab tech assistant. You did help desk work here, obviously. Ambassadors and stuff on this. Cooney first integration. Okay, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. Now we just gotta talk about, add some statistics, make it more tangible. Okay. Let's see, NIT, Matrix Global Services. Okay. Provide QA. Okay. You did a lot more than this. 100%. Right? Like, I should just make a resume template for you guys to use for people who have help desk work experience. That way you guys just don't have to sit around and like think about it. If you can go back and find your previous job description, that's always a good start. Okay, the Brooklyn Bow. Okay, so executive administrative assistant. Okay. So your resume is very good, Angela. Spend some more time though to again make it tangible, more statistics, and then talk more about what you did. You have a lot of space here. You can go and like you're get rid of the references, tighten up your education, and then I'm not sure what's with all this white space here between your name and the work experience, but tighten that all up. You know, you have a lot of room to add to your work experience and discuss more. You can add a key experiences. You can add projects you've done for school that that you think would stand out for a certain job you're applying for. So you are like so close, Angela. I can feel it. Okay. If you need any help one-on-one, feel free to reach out to me and work with me for the coaching. And if you just want to work on an online course that will walk you through the steps, you know, I have plenty of courses that will help you do that. I really recommend the 0-day course. It's It covers everything. It's all in one. It has all the real world examples right there for you. There's even a mock interview I do for as a help desk for a help desk role, so you can see what these interviews are like and the kind of questions you'll get asked. Okay, let's see. Moving on. Sachin, I'm sorry. My phone just. No, hopefully I'm not waking up my wife. When I do this early morning, I can't be my big booming personality. I have to just keep my mouth shut. And I don't even like using my phone this early. It just really sets a precedence for how the rest of my day is going to be, just picking at my phone. Okay, now enough about me. Let's get to you. So it looks like you have 2 pages. Okay, this is awesome. Your skills are good. Certifications are good. Now, you're in Australia. I don't know if it's standard practice to include your telephone number and your home address. But yeah, you can definitely cut this down. This doesn't need to be 4 lines. This could be 2. Right? If you're putting some stuff on the far left side, you're putting some stuff on the far right side, it'll look really clean. And if my talent, academic success, and establish my career information. Further enhance my knowledge, but skills if I feel. Okay, customize. And don't talk about you're just a graduate. You have experience. Sorry if you had to hear me cough. People don't say like, oh, I have a bachelor's, I don't have any more experience. Shut up. You have experience. You've been doing these projects. You've been studying. You've been pursuing your certifications. You've been doing labs. You've been building computers for your friends and family. You have experience. Say you have 4 years experience of IT. It's not professional experience in a corporate work environment, but it's experience nonetheless. Okay, you can clarify that. Your goal for your resume is to get you into the interview. Like that's it. So if you have that mindset, it's just completely different. Like you just gotta be qualified for the job. I love your skills. Let's see. Okay, this is good. The only thing I have, you have a great resume, Sachin. It's just really just a matter of cleaning it up and getting it really tight. It's not ATS compliant as well. These bar things, whatever. Just get rid of that. Let's see. Your education, your certifications should be in one section because it's like, oh, okay, CCNA, MCSA, Microsoft Azure, and then you scroll all the way down to the bottom, bachelor's. Like, I know you say IT graduate, but sometimes people skim it. Okay, going to your work experience here. Relocate. Don't use commas instead of slashes. Okay, this is all good stuff. And you have achievements. Okay, these are good achievements, but now high customer satisfaction. What was the customer satisfaction score you got? And like, was it every month for a year, et cetera, et cetera? But this is good. Just add some more statistics here. And same thing goes here at Chicken George. I would say 90% there. Doing good, Sachin. I'm not a fan of saying like server side, client side. Like everyone knows Windows Server is a server side, platform. Everyone knows Windows 7, 8, 10 is a client side. Just use columns and rows and you're good. And that way you save space, right? Because your ticketing system, you say Zendesk. Like, you can mention Zendesk down here and You can just say CRM as well as a skill. Really good stuff here, Sachin. Keep it up. Okay. Gosh darn it. One moment while I figure this out. Okay, gonna grab from my drive. Now that I have got this down, now I know how it works. Okay, found it. Alrighty. Okay. Let's just make sure this looks beautiful. Okay, now we got it to one page. Or not one page, but one frame, but it is a one-page resume, which is good. All right. Whew, I think we're halfway there. So this is 8.5, Jazz. This is really small. This is like, I'm wearing reading glasses because I'm an old man, so this is a little bit straining. But otherwise, this is, this is good. Okay. Okay, enthusiastic, eager, professional passion, enthusiastic, eager, professional passion, the field of information technology, with experience in baking, period. Background in multiple skill sets, IT includes cybersecurity, database management, microprocessing. Okay, so instead of reputable establishment, put the company name and title. Yeah, this is on the right track. I like this. This is what I do. I will actually spend some time really digging deep into the company and really bring something to offer. Like when I was really hitting hard on sales engineer positions, I was like seeking a full-time position with big leaf networks to work with C-level executives to increase bottom line while educating end users on the educate end users on the benefits of SD-WAN, right? Like I was like going really deep, and I got the interview, by the way. I got to the second round. Oh god, Chaz, 8.5 is really small, man. You gotta like bump it up to like 11. Let's see here. Okay, Bachelor of Science. University major information technology. Okay, you can do this in one line. Okay, and then oh, okay, 3.0 out of 4.0. Okay, just put 3.0. You don't need to do out of 4.0. So I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm not sure. Like some of the fonts are bigger and smaller than others. I think that could just be between me exporting it from Microsoft Word to Google Docs. So I'm not gonna like, how do you say this? I'm not going to grind you for it. Okay, so I like your capstone project. I would try to... I actually would skip the associates since you already have how do you say this? You already have your bachelor's, so it's kind of like overtakes it. That's my opinion, though. And then your security plus should be in your education. Like, I'm usually not a fan of like, oh, it's columnized too. It's tabled, according to Google. Yeah, I would do rows and columns. Get rid of the table, and then group the columns logically. Okay, we've been going at this for almost an hour. Okay. This is good, Chaz. Your work experience here at Verizon. Now it's a monitor network interruptions that may affect cellular data usage and service. Okay, monitor and proactively resolve or proactively engage monitor network interruptions and engage a support team for immediate resolution that may affect. Yeah, I will go start with that. Educate and service 20-30 customers. I like that. Educate and service 20-30 customers daily. But yes. Troubleshoot technical issues with cellular network devices, phone, wireless hotspots, to 100% customer satisfaction. I think there's more troubleshooting you did, right? And also maybe you can talk about some of the security you help implement for the customers right on their phone. And this goes back to here, your objective. You know, you have experience in banking, telecommunications, sales, and marketing. So I would say experience in banking, telecommunications, and retail. Now, what I'm curious about, Chaz, is with your programming, you know, do you have a GitHub? And if you don't, maybe you still have your coursework here. Put it on GitHub, so that way you have a you can mention your GitHub here in your resume, and then talk about it there. And then I know I jump around when I do this stuff. I would put the cryptography in your skills. I would put network security and firewalls in your skills as well. So I don't want to rail you on format, Chaz, because, well, frankly, you know, I'm not sure how Google Docs changed it. That's why I always ask for PDF. So it's way more like, how do you say this? You keep the integrity. But I would just clean it up. This is, for the most part, ATS compliant. I dropped the hyperlink here. This looks like it's the header. I don't know. But yeah, you can drop this down. This is 22. Let's see, what does it look like? It's like a 15. Yeah, 15 looks good. Create more space that way. I would get rid of this line underneath here. All right, Chaz, I think that's a lot of good feedback. Oh, you have honors and awards too. Oh my gosh. I don't know about the All Boys National Honor Society. I think National Honor Society should go to your education somewhere. Just incorporate in the right place. And then your capstone project, create a project section. I think you have more projects than this, but your capstone project's a good one. Okay. All right. And Chaz, if you want to work with me or take one of my courses, let me know. I'm more than happy to work with you and help you out. Oh gosh, here we go. You know what happened? I think I was trying to open up so many of these freaking files that Google Chrome was like, screw you, get a life. We're looking at kelvins next. Okay, let me see if I can just, yeah. Aha. Voila. Okay. Whew. Okay, everything's here. It's just not the best way it can be. So your core competencies, keep some of this, but take your technical acumen. These are actually technical skills, right? Now incorporate that into your core competencies and make it make that into one section, and then group them up together. Get rid of the bullets. Just do rows and columns, and that way it's much more cleaner. They don't have to like jump around and like, you know, communication. To be personal, when I say, like, when I read a resume and I read time management, team player mentality, leadership, you know, communication skills, I'm always like wondering, like, is this BS? Because when I write it, I'm like, this is like, I feel like I'm BSing my own resume, and I try to keep it really like black and white with my technical skills. Okay, so that's something to start with. And then you have bachelor's. I don't know why it's at the very bottom. Put it up here between core competencies and work experience. I'm sure you have certifications, right? Okay, you don't have certification, that's fine. Okay, so, and then your header, city and state, email, LinkedIn. Where's your LinkedIn? Get rid of the hyperlink. Get it down to 2 lines instead of 3. Let's see, what else can we clean up there? Volunteering, okay. Solution-oriented, self-driven technology, seeking a technical support role. Okay, this has to be customized. I am highly dependable and resourceful. Get rid of the pronoun I. Demonstrable information, experience, and engagement to carry out side projects. Okay. This kind of goes back to what I was saying about these kinds of skills. It's like, give me something more concrete. Give me give me something that actually applies to the job you're applying for. Like that just shows that you took the time to read the job description, really took to understand what they're looking for, and then made it for this job, right? Okay, work experience. Workstation, employment technician. So the way you have this spaced out is kind of confusing me. Like, is the Cooney John Jay project? Are these just projects you were participating in, Cooney? So this needs to be a little clearer about these projects, the Cooney John Jay, the Cooney Doe project. Spend some time to make that a little bit more easily understandable, right? And they are exactly the same. So if someone reads this, they're going to be like, dude, what is this with this guy? What is with this BS here? So this is all good stuff, right? But you need more statistics. I like your volunteer work. I just not enough detail. Like, this one's good. I like this. I like the Ghanaian Association of Staten Island, but the C-Step, I don't know what C-Step is. I don't know. Tell me more about that, right? Like, And if you don't have, if there's not that much more to it, then probably just get rid of it. But you have a lot of work experience already. But you obviously show that you care about the community a lot. You know, you're working with, you know, with students. You're working with the homeless. You care about your leadership. You know, you have a bachelor's degree. I would say your resume has everything. Now you just got to really trim it back and spend some time on that. So that's all I got for you, Kelvin. Good luck out there. Work on your summary some more too. Okay, I don't know whose resume this is. Oh, now I know whose resume this is. All right. La 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 la. So this person has been in the group for a very long time and has a lot of work experience. I would say me and him share very similar views on having a career in IT and how do you say this? And you know, what it actually takes to have a good career in IT. Okay, a technology focused leader, security plus, net plus. Okay. It's a bit repetitive. You have it here and in your certifications. I don't like this. I don't like 2-panel resumes because see, like the first page is fine, right? But then you go to the second, third, and fourth page and you lose 25% of your resume. And this isn't a resume. This is a curriculum vitae, a CV, which shows all of your work experience from your entire, you know, your entire career is what I'm seeing here. Because this goes back to 2007. So a resume would only be one page and it would only cover, you know, last 3 jobs. It just really depends on what you are looking for, in terms of what you're applying for, I'm sorry, and how your work experience applies to that. So if I had this much experience, I would write my resume so that way, first off, I would keep the end in mind, right? Like I'm only applying for these kinds of jobs, so I need this kind of experience for it. Then I would incorporate that experience into my resume and submit that. That's what I would do. You have way more skills in Windows 7 Server, Active Directory. I don't think you need to mention English. Your resume is in English as a language, but you can really fill this up with all the skills you've acquired. I'm sure you have a lot of project management experience. I'm sure you have, you know, you worked in healthcare. You worked in, what's this? Pharmaceuticals. So you worked in, what is it, contracting, defense contracting, telecom, jeez, and also tech. So you have a lot of, you have varied background. So technology focused leader with years of IT experience driving impactful initiatives, articulate communicator skilled in delivering insightful presentations. Proven mentor, trainer, director of multiple teams, hands-on, dedicated professional with 10 years experience. Good stuff. I like the summary. It would just have to be customized for the job. That's really it. And you can really take these skills here, you mentioned the things you've done, and write it into your skills. Here are your top skills. Okay, I would just do the last 2 jobs. I think that's the most relevant. HL7 decomp. I don't know what that means, unfortunately. So 2019. I feel like you just took this from your LinkedIn, which is okay. Now I need to know what HL7 is. One sec. Oh, it's a type of standards. Oh my gosh, you should be writing this as a skill. And you should be like driving hard on that, like HL7, specialist, a senior IT professional with over X amount of years of HL7, with HL7 real world experience. I'm sure DCOM now is in the same. Notification. Okay, so this is all healthcare stuff. Interesting. XLS. Bet you anything, this must just be like blood in the water. Oh well, you're the first person who comes up on LinkedIn, looks like. Okay, well, cool. Okay, so I think this is go live prep and support, manage project timelines, attend conference calls and support call. Okay, yeah. So you have this little like job summary before you go talk about the duties you actually had, which is great. You can incorporate that though more like instead of saying I deliver project, so implement it. Try to think of a way to say it. Okay, spearheaded implementations from purchase order to go live for all assigned projects, or for projects related to HL7 DCOM, something along those lines. You can talk more about the budgets, the timelines. You have a very, how do you say this? It's very project manager based, it sounds like. Now use that kind of terminology as well. For example, keeping things in scope. Maybe there's a Kanban board involved. Maybe you could discuss about different teams you worked with, any kind of checklist you guys had to develop. Something really special. Obviously, you have a lot of work experience. It's like no doubt you're going to get an interview. But if you just want to communicate it better, this is a chance. I like the way you written this escalation technical support engineer here. You should talk about how many people you mentored. How big was your team? How many tickets did you guys work through? Participate in on-call rotation. Yeah, attend in-person weekly work review meetings. Okay, this is good stuff. I think you have a good resume. I think if you reformatted it, rewrote some of these parts here in your work experience, you're really off to the races. Gosh, oof, man, I'm tired. Almost there, I think. We got a few more left. Oh my goodness. So it looks like Milos. Oops. Okay. I think we're missing somebody's here. Okay. Okay. Whew. So first thing off the bat, Milo, let's get to one page. Yeah, it's easy. You could just really just move these things together into one line. Your company name and the job title, the years. Cogent, very nice. You're on your network path too. Get rid of these URLs. Customize your LinkedIn URL. Feel free to drop your phone number. Replace that with. Get rid of your city and state's fine. Get rid of the full address though. Okay, customer service folks. Works well in team environments displays. Okay, I think this is a bit dated, right? Because you're a customer support engineer, Cogent. Yeah, I would update this. Technical knowledge, routing, switching, configuration. Okay, this is good stuff. You're probably looking for a network-related job, right? That's what I'm thinking. Focus on the network stuff, right? Focus even more on the network stuff. Internet routing, RADDB updating. Discuss more about the different hardware platforms, because look at, you're saying here, Cisco, ASR. So, okay, variety of Cisco devices. Just discuss more about this. About XR and Cisco iOS. Maybe you have Juniper experience too. I don't know, like ports, yeah. Okay, add a key achievement section, and this is great, man. This is good stuff. And more about, add more statistics. And you're in the present progressive tense, just present tense. So support Cogent customers, manage a queue, work with field. It's not a big deal. It's just I'm being a stickler. Finding document specialist. That's okay. This one, junior network engineer at Net4Works. Spend some more time, go deeper here. Rewrite that first line. That massive entertainment. I would just drop this from your resume. Get some more space. And if you want to talk about this one, that Alo Podrick back in Belgrade, otherwise I just drop it. And then let's see here. You got your work experience. Put your. You probably have your. Yeah. Okay. Put your. You don't need this U.S. citizen. This is actually in the United States. They can't ask you. Oh, clearance eligible. Gosh, yeah. You're in Virginia. I don't know. That's not really my domain. Hold on. I got the trash coming. I want to close this window. Okay, so combine your education up here. This is on the right track, Milos. You're really close. I would get rid of these previous things here. It's just not relevant, right? Keep it relevant. Your IT experience, because that's what the people are counting, like your IT experience that you have, not your full work experience. And then how are you communicating that current work, the work experience you've already acquired? How are you communicating that already? Get your certifications, and call them professional certifications too. And then, yeah, and then get your. I would just drop this related studies. That's not relevant. Yeah. So put that all together in one section. Your certifications and your bachelor's in one section. Update your summary, get rid of the old stuff. That'll give you a lot of new space. And then you can really drive hard on your skills. Okay. I think that's good. And guys, real quick, you can always work with me one-on-one if you really want to just sit down and just grind out your resume the right way. The way I do it is that we get on a call for 90 minutes And then we just grind through it. I ask you a bunch of questions. We work on the wording together. I make it so that your resume is you. Your resume is what you would want it to be. You know, it took me 10 years to get the resume I wanted because I had to learn it, to practice it. You guys shouldn't have to wait 10 years if you guys want. Also, of course, I teach different courses on it, and you can go at your own pace. Filled with real world examples and scripts to email recruiters, things of that nature. Okay. All right. Moving on. Just make sure this looks good on the screen. Okay, we got Ashar. Okay. Get it down to one page. Skills, column and rows. Put them in columns and rows. Okay. Just fix this. Don't need your full address, just your email, your LinkedIn, city and state, A+. So you say A+, comma, security plus, comma, and network plus certified, information technology professional, with over X amount of years of experience, with hands-on experience, proficient in installation, installing, troubleshooting, configuring, optimizing, systems, network, and security, extremely flexible to work, various travel questions. Okay, you can drop this last part. Now say something about wanting to work for a certain company. Your skills are good, right? Like, it's fine. This is good. I would just customize the skills for the job. That's the revelation that a lot of people don't have about the resume. It's really about like customizing it. Okay. Combine your. I feel like your academic I feel like it's sometimes a bit over the top. Like it's just hard to read. Okay, so you have a master's back in Bangladesh. Just combine all your certifications and your education, your master's. I'm not sure. Christian Ministries, Christ for National Institute. I'm not sure what that is. Like, is it? Okay. So combine your education. Now, as for your coursework, I would just skip it. You know. It's okay to mention this stuff though here in your education. I would just bypass the courses just for the sake of space. Okay, let's go to your work experience. Okay, try to get this all on one line, all this stuff here, your experience here. Don't say you're an intern, just say you work there. Drop the zip code. Conduct initial support, perform. Okay, you can go into more detail than conducting initial support. Act as first line support, verify, troubleshoot, and escalate as needed. Troubleshoot. Okay. Here's Oklahoma food service supervisor. Excellent customer care services. Walmart sales. Okay, I would just drop the arrow mark janitor. That way you have 3 jobs here. Looks like you took a lot of courses. Did you have any projects? You can make a project section. And then you have this blank third page. Just fix that. Okay, your IT hands-on training is probably where it is. Okay. I don't know what a Marcraft cybersecurity. What are these? Marcraft cybersecurity. Marcraft.com. So it looks like this is a course. I would probably not. Yeah, I would probably bypass that. I would talk more about projects you've done. If it's something you've done for everyone's doing cybersecurity now. So it's like, you just can't say, I took a cybersecurity course. You have to, you have to really stand out, and take the time. With projects and such. Okay. HR, good luck. Okay, Stanley Acosta. So Stanley was one of my very first students. I helped Stanley get a job. Actually, me and Stanley did an interview, kind of like a podcast thing, and we talked about our early journeys into our career and stuff like that, and it was fun. So it's really great to see Stanley now have a real resume. I remember his first resume and where Stanley is now. So let's see here. Okay, get this this is mostly good. Just get this down to 2 lines instead of 4. You'll save some space. Dedicate self-start with 10 plus years of technical diagnosis for experience with seeking each. Hands-on knowing how it works. Okay, good. Customize. Maybe one more line about what you can apply, what you've learned. Okay, technical summary. This is good. Education. Nice. Like don't do bullet points. Just 2 lines. And then and see sent, CC name, route switch. I think you're working on something right now, Stanley, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here, experience. Let's see. Oh, you're so close to 1 page too. So this is a header. Yeah. Don't do the header. It jacks everything up. Okay, let's see. Try to get your work experience to 1 line. I know it's kind of tough. It's like it's going to be really crammed here between city and state, and then the months, years. Maintain accurate record of installation, including but not limited to quantity, serial numbers, asset numbers, and stuff. Okay. I would say maintain an accurate record of project deployments for inventory, asset tracking, and budgeting. Ability to tactfully discuss difficult and sensitive topics, effectively relay technical information, and develop strong relationship with employees and officials at all levels, both within and outside. Okay, good. Perform clean removal installation of all end devices by properly cable managing installation devices allocations. Okay, good. Increase efficiency by 70% by wiring 1 station and 7 stations. Good. Robert Half, IT technician. Support. Okay, so Stanley, everything looks good here. This last line, this increased efficiency, change that to a key achievement. Spend some time discussing how many devices you're deploying. Spend some time talking about different platforms. Epic is like so big in the healthcare field. Every major hospital uses Epic. Every hospital worth their salt uses Epic. So spend some time discussing about any kind of like software imaging for the Epic deployments. Talk about if you're working with Epic, any kind of resolutions there along that line. I think I said statistics already. So, and any kind of SOPs you written, any kind of documentation. I know you kind of talk about that there, but yeah, I would actually move this one, maintain accurate record. I'd probably make that the 3rd point, and then because you're only like this point, perform clean removal installation. That's really your main. That's your key technical bullet point. I'd have at least 2. Right. Delivers high level support. Okay. Has more technical experience in networking technology. Move the packages servers. Well, strict language, verify server. We scrub then. Yeah, yeah. This is good. Okay. Stanley, I think I gave you a lot to work with here. Let me know if you have any questions. Oh gosh, I'm tired. I think this is the last one. Yeah, it's the last one. Oh gosh, it's 2 pages. Okay, so this is someone from the UK. So again, I'm not like, my background is not in UK resumes. My background is American resumes. So I won't give you any tips on format. I'll give you tips on wording and what you're saying. Recent university graduate with an academic background. There's management, agile methods, voluntary working experience. Okay, so Victor, spend some time making this customized for the job. Like, this is a good summary about you, but this is why I see like summaries, people saying that you don't need it, because when it's so general like this, it's like, oh, so what? Tell me what you can do. So tell them what you can do in 2 to 3 sentences. All right. Okay, BS. What was the business computing? Okay. I would just drop the related courses personally. Certifications are good. I would drop the years. Technical skills are good. Now, fill up the right side here. Okay, that's why I say use columns instead of bullets. Don't use a table. If you had 3 columns here, you can like fill this up. Key competencies. I don't know. I don't like these things, key competencies, because it's just like the summary. All right, let's get to experience. Okay, I would not make separate sections for volunteer and professional. I would try to incorporate them wherever they are. So okay. So you've been working as an interpreter for a long time. Okay, I would drop the hobbies and license. Now, I don't know how much work experience they're asking for, but if I were you, I would drop probably from SafeBag and Society for Psychological Research. I drop the additional information. That'd give you some more space. And then you've been working as a translator. And so again, this is always the main issue we have when we're transitioning from non-IT to IT, is that we have to show all of our drive. And that's what's lacking here, Victor, is that you have to really show that, okay, what am I doing now? Aside from my schoolwork, aside from my certifications, like what am I trying to do to get my hands on IT on a regular basis? You did the back in 2018, you did the volunteer work. What are you doing now? Right? So try to make your current job at Trans Global Incorporated, weave in the technical things you did. Weave in any kind of IT support you did, any troubleshooting. Are you doing anything else, right? We have to really show that we have so much drive that they cannot deny us. They got to think like, I got to have this person, right? And if you don't have anything you're doing, just get started right now and get going on that. Also, get rid of this symbol up here, this image in the top right corner of the circle. I think, Victor, you kind of need to like completely just revamp this resume. Figure out what the standards are in the UK for resume writing. But you have like great certifications. You have education. But now, what are you doing with all that knowledge in the workplace? Are you expecting someone just to give you a job, or are you just trying to just go out there and just go after it? Whether that's building your own lab, whether that's, you know, doing more volunteer work, taking on IT support roles, getting on a gig app to help people, just to gain more experience. So, well, this is a CV, so that's why all the previous work experience is there. So, spend some more time, Victor. It will make a huge difference. Okay, what's the time on this now? So we've been going at this for an hour and a half. So thank you, everybody, for whoever tuned in. Hope I helped some people out. Guys, if you want to work with me one-on-one, you can book a time here on my coaching at itcg.teachable.com/courses. And if you found this helpful, I have a link to my description. I have a link in the description for my PayPal. Thank you so much.